Excuse me. Let's see. Beverly's here. Devotional from the Fountain is here. Wow. Wow. Thank you, everybody. This is awesome. I didn't expect this many people here. Hold on. I'm going to get echo here if I don't turn this down. I'm such a rank amateur when it comes to live streams. Have Fun in Nature's here. Hey, Tiffany. Hey, Brian. Foraging's here. Yes, 60s and 70s. Thank you, Foraging. I was going to brag about that in a minute anyways. Beverly, you have a blue wrench, and Devotionals, you have a blue wrench. Today, I have a bunch of, it's random stuff. It's Monday, so, you know, whatever that means. I hung everybody knows every once in a while I wear my backward baseball cap. And, hey Claire, Strings and Pucks. Got a few minutes before you need to do some work. Good to see you too, Strings and Pucks. Strings and Pucks, go check him out. He does lives where he sings and plays guitar. Very good at it. And he's got a lot of people, because I like guitar anyways. I was always big into watching, I like guitarists. And pianists, and picked up some subscribers and followers from his channel that also do guitars and make guitars. So it's really been a cool experience for me. Coach Juliet Eden is here. We are not cousins. We are not related in any way. Somebody asked that the one day because she had laughed about that somebody actually asked if we were related. We're not. At least I don't think we are. We'd have to do that whole family tree thing. And maybe, who knows? You never know. So I hung a baseball cap or hat rack today. My wife wanted to kind of get me in the mode of putting my caps up instead of leaving them on a table or a chair or somewhere in the house. So she got a really inexpensive hat rack, which I just installed. That's why I'm almost late. I'm still 2 minutes early, but I was almost late. But I gotta say, my wife is on this auction site that's just a ways down from her work. So she gets a lot of stuff. That's where I got our canning jars. We get a dozen for like $1 or $2. Really good pricing on things. So she came up, my stud finder, I'm not going to do the dad joke about it beeps when it gets near me. I'm not doing that. She found a stud finder, a brand name stud finder. For like $1. It's a DeWalt. This is not a paid advertisement. I don't get any money for this or any ad revenue for this. But it's really cool. It gives you the line when you're over the stud. It gives you the line if you are over a power line. So it figures out if there's any electrical circuit that you're going to drill into by mistake, and it alerts you to that. So I was able to hang that before I came on. I wanted to get that done because when she gets home, I get kudos for being the husband that did the thing that she asked me to do within a 6-month time frame with no yelling. I just did it. So there you go. For all you husbands out there, happy wife, happy life. Just, it's a 5-minute job, go do it. I'll get off my soapbox now. I knew, there's Foraging. I knew, see, once you say stud finder, the dad jokes just break out. So, anyways, hi, Granny. I'm going to have some questions for people today. And I don't care if you're monetized, not monetized, trying to get monetized. I don't care. I have some questions for you. I'll get to those. But today, over the next 2 weeks, I have some family obligations. So I have loaded and preloaded a bunch of content. So bear with me, be patient with me, please. We have some family stuff going on that I have to partake in. So like I said, I have stuff preloaded. I'll try to make people's lives before I leave the house to go to those family event things that I have to take care of. I have my TVs running right now. So I run people all day long, 24/7. I have at least 2 TVs going. When my wife leaves for work, I get the 3rd TV going. They're all smart TVs, and they hook up to the internet, and I run people's YouTube channels. So, with that said, second week of February, starting the 3rd week of February, my schedule definitely loosens up big time. So just hopefully people will show me a little grace, a little mercy, that if I'm not on your live immediately, I do watch it later. Just know that I will get back really, really active again after Valentine's Day, let's say. In the meantime, I do have a live with a collaboration with Coach Juliet Eden. She invited me on her channel in February. And then March 1st, Ed, I'm sorry I'm drawing a blank here. Wow, I drew a blank. Hopefully Have Fun in Nature will help me out here. What is Ed's channel? I feel terrible right now because I can't remember his channel. This is bad. Anyways, Whistle Stop. Thank you, Tiffany. Whistle Stop invite. I get between Hardknack and Whistle Stop and Gillum and MT Homestead and Okie Grower. They're all in Oklahoma, and I sometimes draw a blank. I apologize. Whistle Stop, if you see this, please still have me on your channel. I want to go live. There is Raj. I thought I gave you a wrench, Raj. Check Raj out. Raj, I believe, if I remember correctly, he goes live a lot with Chicken Explorers, if I remember. Raj, correct me if I'm wrong. I know. I apologize, Foraging. I do. I have a lot. We all have a lot on our plate. And I'll just leave it at that. So my mind probably isn't where it needs to be right now for this. But anyways, deep breath. It's Monday. It's a chill out. Everybody just stop for a second. YouTube is not the world, okay? You have family, you have friends, you have loved ones. They're the most important. Your health is important. If you need to take a couple days off from Facebook, yeah, take time off from Facebook. Raj, family members are good. My son is actually finalizing his it's worldwide certification for firefighting. He's finishing that up, which is one of the things I'm working with, helping out with that, to help with the dogs and the family. He's also a paramedic. He will be in my videos coming up. He doesn't want to be in videos. He already told me the other day he plans on being in our garden videos over at his house when we're working at his house. And I'm very proud of both of my children. They have become better people than you always wish your children to be better than what you accomplished. And they did. And I'm proud of that fact. Both of them. I have a son and a daughter. Anyways, that said, it's Monday. I know, it's the start of the week. Everybody hates Monday. But if we just take a second, breathe. We're almost halfway through the day. Monday will be gone. Grab a cup of joe, cup of coffee, cup of cafe, cappuccino, espresso, whatever you drink. and just relax. This is a chill zone. Anybody that knows me personally, if you were at my house, we would be on the porch looking at a sunset, just chilling out. That's who I am. Anyways, getting back to the live stream. I'm going to have some questions for people, so I hope everybody kind of sticks around. Excuse me, I started getting sick yesterday. I've been drinking a lot of fluids and taking some medication and stuff, and I feel better, and it's just kind of hanging out a little bit. One of my questions is going to be, let me get through a couple more things. Tomorrow I have my Tuesday live, which I do every Tuesday. I think everybody knows this by now. If they don't, I'm just going to let everybody know. My Tuesday lives are going to be a regular thing, is going to be my regular live on Tuesday. I'm going to do a Sunday evening cooking thing, and then I'm going to do a couple, I'll do some shorts during the week, and then I'll probably do an impromptu live when I get a good sunset. Oklahoma, just like any other state, you can look at the weather, it'll say it's going to be 70 degrees, sunny. Well, in the morning, if there's fog or cloud cover, even though it says it's blue and sunny, you may not get a good sunrise. So I do those impromptu. I do those on the spur of the moment. And so that's why those aren't always planned. I might plan one and you'll see it move. If you see my Tuesday, sometimes I do it 11, sometimes I do 1, sometimes I do 3 p.m. Because on Monday nights, every few weeks, I babysit my grandson. If he has a rough night, doesn't sleep. Okie has a rough night and doesn't sleep. So Okie comes home in the morning at 10 o'clock and lays down and tries to take a nap. So then I move the 11 till the 1 or 2 just so I can get some rest before I come on. Because if I come on at 10 o'clock after being up all night, I'll be grumpier than I typically am. I'm a grumpy person, everybody knows that. But anyways, tomorrow I'm gonna be doing my seed stuff. So I have turnips, I have all sorts of stuff. I have beans, I have squash, I have sunflowers. In this box my wife made. This is a little, I use this for my seed box. She was gonna get rid of this. I said, no, you're not gonna get rid of that. I'm gonna use that for my subscriber garden. So tomorrow on my subscriber live, I'm gonna take you out in the garden. Most of the snow is gone, as long as the ground's thawed so I can dig some holes. I'll show you where I'm putting the 4x4s for my last gate. And then I'll show you, I got some more posts yesterday on sale from DG, where I'm gonna put those in the ground so I can finish the fencing, and where I'm going to run my pole bean fencing by my asparagus. I had an idea, and I'm gonna go over that tomorrow. Then we're gonna come inside, and it is February 2026. I'll start planting in March. So tomorrow we're gonna go over my finalized seed, what I'm growing in 2026. And I'm gonna go over the subscriber garden seeds, and I'm gonna go over Okies Eden seeds, some that are my own seeds. And Chick in the Woods, very strange. I'm in one of the 7s or 8s. I'm not really sure. I've looked it up before. They said I'm in southern Oklahoma, so 7B, I don't know. I'm in whatever Wendy is in from Hardknack Farms. But I was checking the other day, and they said they're messing with the zones again. And I might be 7A or 8B or something. I don't know. So I go by my gut feeling. So tomorrow I'm going to finalize the subscriber garden seeds, and then pick out and tell you what I'm going to grow, what seeds I'm growing in my main garden and the planter boxes. And then what we'll do is, over the week, I'll start to get those in seedlings, the seed starter packs, and I'll start to lay those out. So I'll start to get some seedlings to prep for the spring and try to get those ready. So to answer that, I don't know exactly which zone I'm in. I did mention collabs. If you want to do a collaboration, if you're a new channel or trying to grow, or you want me to come on your channel, this group of people are very responsive, very, very giving. They will come to your channel. They will look at your channel. They may connect. They'll help with playlist watch hours. If you want me to come on your channel, email me at okieseden@gmail.com or put a comment below later. And belt loop, I'm in, just put down, let's see, 73. Put in, my post office box is 73430. That's in the other town. So if you put in 73430, tell me what zone I'm in now. Granny's in 10A. Yeah, that makes sense, because Granny's in, I believe, southern Florida. But anyways, yeah, I just saw Karen liked. So if you don't mind liking, Coach Juliet Adams liked. Oops. I'll see if anybody comes back with what zone I'm in. Oh, take it easy, Van Girl Cheryl. That's fine, no problem. Chick in the Woods is 5B. Yeah. Granny's in Florida. She is in Florida. Okay. So if you want to do a collaboration or come on my channel, just email me or put a note below in the comments that you'd like to come on my channel. I'll have you on. We'll talk gardening. We'll talk homesteading, canning, chickens, whatever you want to talk about. Okay, Musgrave's in Hardneck is 7, so 7. But I know last year I checked and they were saying they might change Southern to 7 or 8. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Do they know? Honestly, do they know? So tomorrow's live is going to be talking about seeds. We're going to just check out the outdoor stuff, check out a couple things in the indoor. Excuse me. So foraging 7B. So I'm probably like 7B, 8A, whatever it is. Anyways, so like I said, Coach Juliet Eden is going to have me on her channel, and then Whistle Stop's going to have me on his channel March 1st, and then February after Valentine's Day, my schedule really opens up. And so Sunday, I'm doing this coming Sunday, I have a recipe coming out that has been in my family for quite a few years. I'm gonna do that. It's very simple but very delicious. It's an Americanized Italian dish, Italian dish. Go check it out. Wild Huckleberry's here. Check out Wild Huckleberry. Good channel. Give them a blue. Excuse me. So I'm going to have a Americanized Italian dish coming out Monday. And if you know what I mean by Americanized Italian dish, it's not authentic Italian, but it's delicious. It freezes well. It's comfort food. It's hearty. Then what I'm going to do, I don't think Natty Homemaker is here today, but she did the other day she did, I'm sure you all know Natty Homemaker. She did oh, hey Sock. That's fine. We did she did a salmon pie, she called it. And I mentioned that, hey, that looks really good. My wife doesn't like salmon, but she said, does she like tuna fish? I said, yes. Granny, you know what? Why don't we set that up? Message me later. I'll write you down here. And let me contact you and see if we can hook up some kind of a collaboration with me and Granny. And hopefully that'll work out. Granny's got a great channel. Go check out Granny Southern Corner. So Natty did a salmon pie. It uses like a Bisquick type dough mixed with all the salmon and the other ingredients she did. My wife does not like salmon, but she does like tuna fish because we love tuna fish casserole, make it all the time. And she said, well, just use tuna fish. So I asked my wife, would you eat this if I did it in tuna fish? She said yes, she would try it. So one of my Sundays are going to be not a salmon pie. I'm going to be using, so go check out Natty's salmon pie recipe. I'm gonna duplicate that only with tuna. And then if, I don't think she's here either, is, oh, hey, JC's here, floating in the clouds. If you know who Hearth and Home is, it's Merle, Hearth and Home. She did a Hungarian mushroom soup. I love mushroom. I love paprika. Those are the two of the main ingredients in that dish. I told my son about it, and he wants to try it because I showed him the video, and he said it looked really good. So one of my videos in the next Sunday, one of the next few Sundays is going to be copying her dish, and I'll tag her in that. And she already told me to go ahead and give it a try. So I'm going to copy that dish, and I will, both Natty and her will be tagged in those so you can go watch their video. So I'm going to try those two in the next couple weeks because I love, like I said, I love soup, I love paprika, and I love mushrooms. So that's going to go good. And we love tuna fish. That's my story, and I am sticking to it. So, Chef, excuse me, Chef Zed is here. See you later, Belt Loop. So, I have a couple questions for my YouTube audience. I wrote them down. Just got to kind of remember what I was writing down. And whether you're small, medium, monetized, not monetized, wherever you're at in your YouTube journey, what do you guys see as your most successful plan of action? And I know that there's, I'll tell you, let me just preempt this by saying there's a pre-monetization and a post-monetization view in my opinion. Pre, you're pushing hard because you're trying to hit those numbers. Boom, boom, boom. And then once you hit those numbers, YouTube does, you start to get more access to them. They give you more information. You start to see more behind the scenes. And so you can start to change up some things. And I guess my question is, where are you seeing growth? For 2 weeks before I was monetized, my short videos went in the tank, like 150, 170. I was doing, let's see, pre-monetized. I feel like I've done a decent job putting together a live stream and that helps engage. Yes, you have. Very much so, strings and pucks. Foraging just being me, that's my first priority, yes. But I guess what I'm getting at is not so much what the content is, but what part of the platform's content you're using. Shorts, lives, long form, community posts, premieres, that kind of thing. Because the shorts were tanking, I looked into it and they said the YouTube platform in 2026, like January, changed something. Shorts, okay, Have Fun says, my strategy is to have 4K watch hours by my year anniversary, which is what? Jane, you do have, I thought, JC, I thought you were fully monetized, so you have your 4K. I thought you said you have your 4K, don't you? Musgrave. Not sure why you have problems doing lives. If you want to, I do a really easy, laid back live. If you've watched mine, I'm laid back. I have 5 or 6 easy questions and we just chit chat. If you want to do a live, comment below after the video goes public and we'll set something up. Granny, I'll try to set something up with Granny. I would love to talk to Granny on a live stream. I think that would be cool. 2 to 3 vlogs. 2 to 3 lives, 2 to 3, and shorts connected to lives and vlogs. Yes, JC, that's a very good plan. Musgrave is locked into shorts. Mac Movement. Hey Mac, how you doing? My computer. Good golly, Miss Molly. Sweet fancy Moses. Where did they go? Mac Movement. Okay, there you are. My computer just jumped all over the place. All right. All right. Boom. Having trouble today. Must be the Monday. The curse of the Monday. What is that from? Oh, someone having a case of the Mondays. That's from Office Space. If you remember that. Yeah, anybody wants to be interviewed, thank you, Strings and Pucks. I would love to. Yeah, Chef Zed got monetized. September 20. Yeah, you'll be fine. JC, you're fine. You're gaining hours. You have a good following. You're gonna be fine. Shorts are good for subs. Belt loop, yes. Yes, you want to go in with a bank of hours. My year end finishes at February 23rd, I think. But I check every day, so I've been banking hours. From what I understand, YouTube doesn't just, if you get under 4,000, you're not going to. But if you did, they don't yank your monetization, because then they'd have to go through that whole process again, and they don't want to do that. From what I understand, many people say that once you get it, you have it pretty much. But yes, I agree. You want to, we're the same, we're in the same, cut from the same cloth, bank as many hours as possible. Colleen, you are partially monetized though? You can get 664. Hobo wants to have fun. Hobo does have fun. Go watch Hobo's channel. Hobo Hideaway. It's a really cool channel. Trust me, you'll like Hobo. If you don't follow Hobo, go follow Hobo. There's Hearth and Home. I was just talking about you. I'm going to be replicating your Hungarian mushroom soup in a couple weeks. It'll be on a Sunday release. And let's see, people made it seem like they yank. So I would go, I researched that. And from what I understand, because actually, even if you hit 4,000, you're still over the 3,000, so you'd still be partially monetized. I don't think that would be a bad business plan, in my opinion, because then they'd have to go back. If they removed it, then you'd have to go through all that stuff again when you got your 4,000 back. That doesn't seem very, very good, I think. Let's see. I just lost my page here. Hobo Hideaway just wants to have fun. Check Hobo out. Let's see, I want to enrich and possibly show people how to do things. Yep. Yep, and Granny, go read Granny's comment there. And Granny also likes to get in the Mustang convertible and drive around Florida while we're getting an ice storm. But I found that to be very, very funny. I love that. Rob says shorts never work for me. So here's what I found. There's a couple schools of thought. Some are complete shorts, but shorts, I think you need 10 million views. If I'm not wrong about that, I'd have to look into that. You need to get millions of views to get monetized. And then shorts don't monetize. I'll tell you right now. Let me look at my notes here. I did a video just literally last week. You'll see the one, it was the snow. It hit 1,008. I had 1,008 views this morning, which is good for me. I like it. If I hit 1,000, I'm happy. I'm gonna write a number down here before I say anything. Let me get a clean piece of paper. I gotta stop. I use so much paper. I'm killing trees, man. I'm gonna write a number, okay? Does anybody want to guess how much I got paid, how much money I'm going to make from a video short that was 1,000, so far 1,008 views. Not impressions, actual views. I want to see if anybody can guess it. Hobo says 25. Let me put it this way. Stop. Everybody, time out. Burp, time out. Hold on, let me throw a flag. I threw the yellow flag. Okay, next time I'm going to be prepared. I have my stickers. If you're in the continental United States, I know some of my fans aren't, I'm sorry, but if you got it, I would send you a sticker. But CL says 0. I'm ready? Here it is, I wrote it down. Ready? Here we go. I don't know if this will be, can you read that? $0.18. Checked my revenue this morning and it said, whoa, your video hit 1,008 views. You made 18 cents. So, Mountain Man is here. Mountain Man, I found through Strings and Pucks. I'm going to put him up here. He plays guitar also. Check his stuff out. It's pretty cool. I think I did a shout out for him. I'm not sure. Panhandlers make more than us. But yeah, that's what I'm just saying. Some people go the short route, and that's fine. You know, if you get millions, it's going to be more money than that. But shorts don't pay what long form and lives do as far as ad revenue. But anyways, yeah, 18 cents after 1,000, which is fine. And I forgot to show this. I wanted to show this because last Father's Day, I've kept this. You know how we get cards from our kids and you keep them for as long as possible. The really special ones you kind of keep. Or if somebody passes and it's like a memory card, somebody sends you a card saying, oh, I'm so sorry. You kind of keep that away and you keep that as a memory of your parents or a sibling or something. But my grandson's card to me last year was, because they know everybody knows I like Sasquatch. You ready? This was my Father's Day card last year. It's one of those picturesque fold open cards. Ready? It says, dads like you are hard to find. Ready? Dads like you are hard to find. Oh, hold on. Let me do this right. Okay. Dads like, hold on, time out. Throw the flag, throw the yellow flag. I'm having a tough time. Anyways, here we go. Ready? Dads like you are hard to find. Ready? You open it up, and what do you see? False start. Still not getting it right. Let me turn the card around properly. Here we go again. Dads like you are hard to find. Obviously, it's hard to find a really dumb dad that doesn't understand, you know, upside down and right side up. So anyways, I guess I'm rare. Here we go. Ready? I did it again. Why? What is wrong with me? No, I didn't do it. I did it. I had it right the first time. I'm sorry. Okay. Forget that last minute, okay? Just clear it from your mind. Let me get my flashy thing from Men in Black. Click it, everybody forgets. Ready? Dads like you are hard to find. See the Sasquatch? A little Sasquatch. Isn't that so cool? Isn't that so cool? That's from my grandson. That's who I help take to therapy and do therapy and help out with and stuff. He just had the operation. But they wrote on and then it has this little pull-out card, and it says, Happy Father's Day to the best dad and grandpa. We all love you. So this card is definitely a keeper because I like Sasquatch, and I kind of like my kids and my grandkids. They're all right. But the card's cool. I'm keeping that. anyways, that was a tough minute, I'll tell you what. So anyways, so like I said, I stopped doing shorts for just a short period of time, okay? Because when I was close to getting monetized, they were tanking. And so I went into ChatGPT and Gemini and all that, and I said, hey, what is wrong with shorts? They said there's some stuff going on inside of the Y2, the YouTuberverse, that they've changed a couple things up. It might be because of that. So they said, just stop for 2 weeks. So I did. I froze. That's why I didn't do any shorts. And then things kind of leveled out, got monetized. Thank you again, everybody. And then I started them up again. And then one hit 1,000, and then one hit like 100. So I don't know. And that one is slowly going above 300 now. So I know this kind of site, according to research, is an evergreen site, which you're never going to see the big, I'm not doing where I'm jumping from an airplane and landing on a surfboard in the middle of the ocean. So I'm never going to get the 10 million views. Mine is going to be I'm going to get 100 a week, and it's just going to keep climbing evergreen style, growing as it gains footing. And I'm fine with that. I just wanted to know why, but I know people do shorts. So that's why I was looking at the whole concept, and I know everybody does it a little bit different. Like I talked about a couple weeks ago, vertical lives, like I'm vertical right now. And they tend to do better, according to research, that the vertical stream does better than the horizontal for lives. Obviously, shorts are vertical. And I do my live on Tuesday, which is a regular scheduled live stream. I do my Sunday cook video, which is going to be a regular. And I'm going to start mixing in shorts again. But it said just kind of try to keep it in the niche. So that's why I'm doing some winter garden shorts coming up soon. There's some couple sunrise lives coming up soon. So I have 4 or 5 shorts going this week. Plus this short live to talk about some stuff in tomorrow's live. Yes, the bush is placed very well. So anyways, I know, oh, hey, Poetic. So your husband did a short on knife sharpening that has 16,000 views. See, that's what I mean. It's so weird because some things just pop, And I have researched everything on how to video it, what to say, scripting it, titling, description, all of that. And it keeps coming back and it just says, well, because you're in an evergreen style niche, it may not ever really pop, which is, I have no problem with that. This is just number one, first and foremost. I'm just having a good time doing this. I enjoy all of the people here. I mean, we have a great time. Oh, Poetic, awesome. So they unlock stuff. So everybody, Poetic Tears, congratulations. They do that unlock. When you look at your YouTube dashboard for monetization, it'll give you super chats, gifts, memberships, ads, ad revenue for shorts and longs, and some other stuff. And then as you gain, it unlocks those. So then you click on them, you have to do terms and conditions. You have to put in your account that you want to put money into, all sorts of stuff, and sign up with AdSense and all that. So that means now what'll happen is she'll send that stuff in, and YouTube will then say, yes, we've finalized it, you're good to go. So I'm really happy for Poetic Tears because she's been pushing really hard, really, really hard. And honestly, this is one of the things I want to see in my YouTube channel is, like I've said, is to watch other channels get into the monetization. If that's what you're after. If you're not after that, just let me know and we won't worry about it. But the ones that are, it just makes me feel really cool because we've connected, we've watched videos, we've helped each other out. And then when this isn't the, if you've ever seen a lobster boil, this isn't, YouTube should not be a lobster boil. If somebody's trying to climb out, the other should not try to grab them back down into non-monetization. Right? We're here to help everybody else get there, and then they're going to help us pull us out and get us monetized, not pull people back because, well, I'm not monetized, I don't want them to be. We need to be, hey, they got monetized, now I can do it, they'll help me, and that's what this community is about. And she's got a really good channel. She's a very nice lady. It's fun to watch her channel. We've connected many times. I watched some of her stuff last night. She had a live yesterday. I think she might have had one today. But, you know, it's just another one added to the mix, and that we're going to add those up through the year in this community. And by the end of the year, I'm expecting big things. If you get 3 or 4 a month, you're talking 36 to 48 people in just this community that got monetized. That's really huge. It really is. Because my channel's still growing, Poetic's gonna grow, everybody here is pretty much growing. And you hit monetization, then you just keep growing and pushing, and it's really awesome. I know most people here know Misty, Down Home Misty. I'm still used to saying Misty's whatever she was, but now it's Down Home Misty style. I believe she was 5 or 10 hours short yesterday, but again, you have to wait for the 5 days. You know, you're behind 5 days and totaling on YouTube. So she's waiting. We're hoping, you know, in the next day or so, she's going to get her stuff unlocked on YouTube so she can go in and do the AdSense and everything else. So Fairbrooks is putting a lot of people down. I'm after monetization, but I can only make so much since I'm on Social Security because of my autism. My goal is to make enough money to get off SSI. Rob, it's gonna take some time to get there, but you can do it. You just got to keep your mind on it. You just got to keep working towards it. We can also do spin-offs on subjects. We get inspiration from others on what to do. Yes, Granny, that's what I'm doing with the couple of the cooking things I'm doing from Mural, from Hearth and Home, and from Natty Homemaker. If you guys follow either of them, they got a couple things I really enjoyed watching and that are right in my wheelhouse as far as flavors. So I'm definitely going to try them. And the other thing was, I'm really happy, you know, because my channel here now is, if people want to come here and talk stuff, talk turkey, talk gardening, whatever, I love it. But I also want this to be a channel where people come connect. And connect with me, connect with others. And that's what it has become. And that's what I wanted, was to have this community that was pro growth and connection and just chill and helping each other out and working towards, because everybody, unless you're doing this just for a hobby, which some people do it for a hobby, and there's nothing wrong with that. Some people do it for posterity, for their kids and grandkids. That's one of my reasons for doing it, because eventually, you know, I'm 60, so I have 1 foot in the grave and 1 on a banana peel. So when I pass away, when they need a good laugh or, you know, whatever, to see somebody that's just this Oklahoma hillbilly, they can click on my YouTube channel and watch until they get sick of watching me. But it's posterity. Some people do it for that, as a remembrance, as when they pass away or move on. So that's what this is for, and also to be monetized. But if you're in the monetization business and that's what you want, then in my opinion, the community is the way to go. Just look up these statistics. Just look it up. What are the chances? Just put in, just go search out 3 or 4 different sites and say, what are the chances of me popping a viral video? It's like winning the lottery, okay? It happens. But the research that I've found shows, you know, if you haven't ever, like cooking, gardening, homesteading, off-grid, RVing, nomad, all of those things that kind of come together and they all go in and out of each other's channels and they mesh at some point, have a better chance of eventually popping a viral video, which I'm saying viral, some say it's like 10,000 views. You hit a viral video at 10,000 views, your chances of getting one of those after your kind of an evergreen channel for a while are better than just popping one of those, if that's what you're looking to do, is get a viral video, you know. Now, there's things you can do to make a viral video, obviously. Embarrassing, you know, funny, stupid, whatever. If you want to go that route, that's not the route I want to go. I want people to be able to come here. You have, oh, Mural, that's terrible. She's got both feet in the grave and she's sitting on the banana peel. Wow. And I'm just kidding. I don't feel that way at all because, you know, I'm going out here in a few minutes and digging a hole in the ground for some posts for my fence, which we're going to hopefully show tomorrow. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Granny Southern. Yep, Granny's correct. Chances are none of us will be Mr. Beast, but we can enjoy a bit of success and enjoy the journey. And, you know, my whole goal, I don't know what everybody else's goal, you know, you can tell me what your goal is if you would like, but, you know, my goal was to get monetized, and that was the goal, to reach monetization. And then that gives me 2 or 3, 4 years before I retire, probably 2. And if I can get some kind of small residual income every month, I'm fine with that. I am fine with that. And that's true, Hobo. It's about the journey. Yep. And you know, we've had a lot of really, and I mean, if I think back when I first started in February of 2025, my first couple of videos, I was just like, now I look back at those and I'm like, why did even one person watch that video? What is wrong with that person? But anyways, then, you know, you make improvements, you get better equipment, you get a microphone and things like that. You learn how to do lives and you start growing. Good morning, Kep. I don't know how to say that. I'm just going to say Kep, K-E-P, just to say hi. And so just enjoy the journey. I mean, I enjoyed the whole time. I mean, I switched things up. I was trying different things because if you remember, if you go back to my 3rd month, maybe, you go back quite a few months, and I mentioned many times that I was throwing a monkey wrench into my videos because I knew something might fail, so I tried it. And so I spent 2 or 3 months failing where I would tank my channel. So I could have gotten monetized quicker. So just keep that in mind. If you really push hard, you can get monetized within the year. I still got monetized within the year. And then once I knew after 2 months what works and what doesn't work, for the most part, I was able to, you know, add that and put that into my repertoire. There's my French for the day, repertoire. And try to figure out how to get there, and you know, how to play the algorithm, how to understand that. We're not all going to understand the algorithm. We're never going to, because we don't write the code. But you can figure some of it out. Natty, it is a learning process. It really is. Yes, Hobo, me too. I like authenticity. I had mentioned this the other day, and I don't use names because I don't get into the whole drama of YouTube, because there was some drama that I was getting sucked into. And one of my final comments was, I'm not in middle school anymore. I'm 60 years old. I love my family. I love my kids. I love my grandkids. Okay? If I have 5, 10, 15 years left on this world, I am not going to play drama with my extended family up in upstate New York. That I'm not going to get into that, but I left New York because it's a toxic environment up there with that group. And we ended up moving down here, and it started to continue, and we finally had to put the kibosh on that, which we did legally. So anyways, I don't want drama in my life. I don't want drama on my YouTube channel. I want people to come here and enjoy coming here. I'm a chill person. Believe me, I'm a chill person. When you come to my house, we sit on the porch. After I'm done with my work for the day and doing what I got to get done, I just want to relax. If I get to hold my grandkids, it's a plus. If I get to travel down to Texas to see my son-in-law and my daughter, that's a plus. It's all just gravy. I don't do drama. If I get people in my life that try to bring the drama, they're just done. We don't play the drama. I do not play drama. I don't want it on my channel. I don't want it in my life. I didn't want it in my work environment, but unfortunately, some of the work I had to do was drama. It was all drama, and you just have to tune it out, and I don't do it anymore. I refuse. If I'm out and there's somebody beeping at me in traffic and tries to do the road rage thing, I'll pull off you just go, man. If you're in a hurry, like Alabama, the group Alabama, I'm in a hurry to get things done. You remember that song? You're rushing around for nothing. I'll let you by, go your 90 miles an hour, and then when we get to the next intersection, I guarantee I'm gonna be right on your butt again. But just chill. I mean, life's too short, man. Twins. Yeah, twins. I couldn't deal with twins. See you later, Strings. That's great. Have a great day. Exactly, chick in the woods. And the old saying is, people might be too young to know that, but they say you catch more flies with honey than vinegar. But then the people that are against that say, well, why would you want to catch flies? Well, it's a saying. It doesn't mean you actually want to catch flies. It just means if you're kinder and more approachable, people will respond to that more than if you're a complete tool. I will say it was so funny the other day. We talked, and somebody mentioned something about slowing down, and I had mentioned before, put yourself in somebody else's shoes. We don't know what somebody's dealing with. I deal with a lot of stuff in my family. There's some issues there that are just going to be there forever. I have to play the cards I'm dealt. And I get up every day, put my socks and shoes on, deal the cards I'm dealt, go to bed at night, just try to get between, morning and night, and then get up, do it all over the next day, and try to remain positive. Hey, Tumbleweeds. Tumbleweeds, I just started following Tumbleweeds, a cool channel. Check them out if you get a chance. There's a possibility, Granny, yes, I'll start running your stuff. See if anybody can help Granny with hours, then we can get her rolling. But anyway, somebody said, what was it? What was I saying? I forgot what I was talking about. Well, let me have a sip of coffee. All right, that wasn't a sip. That was a gulp. Yes, Natty, walk into somebody else's shoes. Thank you. Somebody mentioned walking, and I know I've talked about that before. If somebody's being a jerk to you sometimes, or and somebody's rude to you, you don't know, did their significant other serve them papers? Did they get sued? Does somebody they know just passed away and they're just not in the right frame of mind? Always be mindful of that. And I'm not always. I can be a jerk. You ask anybody, oh, they tell me I'm grumpy. I don't know if I'm grumpy or not. I don't think I'm grumpy. And they better stop saying that. But they call me grumpy. I'm sure it's just a joke because you guys know I'm not grumpy. But bye, chef. See you later. But putting yourself in somebody else's shoes, and I was at Wally World the other day, and there was this lady walking out the door. And this is literally the day before we had I did a live stream where we talked about taking your time, just understanding that if somebody's older and maybe has health issues and they're in front of you walking out the door, relax. Let them, the extra 30 seconds is not going to hurt you in any way, shape, or form. And I got behind, I was walking out, and you know, I walk fast. I do. I get told all the time, stop walking so fast. Mainly by my wife, because I just always was a fast walker. I just always was. And I have to stop and realize that she doesn't like to walk fast, so I stop. And I got behind this older lady. She was probably 75, 80 years old, and she was limping, and she was pushing her cart. And all I thought to myself was, oh, good grief, I just want to get to my car. And then I remembered our conversation the day before on the live stream, and it's like, look, she's obviously limping. How about relax? And that's what I did. And I'm glad I remembered the live, because I just stopped. And it's hard to keep, sometimes, you know, you're having a bad day, you know, you're in a rush. It doesn't always come to the front of your mind that try to be kind. You get kind of angry or frustrated, you know. And then I just realized she's somebody's grandmother. She's out doing her own shopping. So she's not a lazy person. She's fighting through pain. She's limping. You could tell she was limping. Maybe I should just step back a second and realize I'm not limping. I was only going after that to get a coffee. Will the coffee be there when I get there 30 seconds later? Yes. Is it going to hurt me if I get my coffee 30 seconds later? No. So I just said, you know what? I just slowed down and I let her do her thing. She looked behind me at one point. She apologized. I said, don't you worry about it. I am not in any rush. You have a good day. She said, thank you very much. You too. And she walked her way. But anyways, so just some food for thought. I love coffee, but you know what? Coffee is not, you know, don't run somebody over to get your coffee. See you later, hobo. I'll see you later. Hopefully you'll have a live here at some point. But anyways. So living my best life. She's supposed to open in February. And she's doing a soft open here soon for family and friends. So we've been invited to that. I won't do anything there. And then I'm just going to let her get a week or two to get her bearings straight, get in the flow. So it'll probably be late February, early March. And then we'll do a 5-day span where we're going to do her interview. She's going to make me my favorite drink that I like to get when I go to a specialty coffee shop. And then she'll make me a drink the other 4 days of that week. I will video her making them. If somebody's in line ahead of me, I'll ask them if they're old enough, do you want to be on video? And do you want to choose my drink? And then I'll film her making the drink, and then I'll drink it on camera while we do a live. And it's going to be fun because she's a really nice lady, and she's very, very community oriented, and it's a mom and pop shop. She's 8 miles from here, and we go to the, that's where the antique stores are, and we love to get stuff out of the antique stores. We like to go on the weekends and just walk around and browse. Looking forward to that. Yep, I'm excited. And then if that goes big, she's going to share that on her Facebook page and her other pages and other platforms. I'm going to talk to some of the other businesses, and I'm going to start going to some of the Chamber of Commerce meetings and see if there's any, and when I introduce myself, I can say, hey, you know, my YouTube channel's this. I would like to do some interviews if you want to get some footage that you can put on your YouTube or your Facebook page or whatever to help with business. Because I love mom and pop shops. I love mom and pop shops. So I'm really looking forward to it. We have this restaurant in town, and yesterday being Sunday, it's a Mexican restaurant, and they're authentic. So it's real Mexican food. It's not Tex-Mex, you know. It's, if you tell them, make it the way you would have it if you were at your house, they will. So I always get the same thing. I get they got this super burrito, and it's delicious. And it's, I'm not kidding, it's probably 2 pounds, 2.5 pounds. I end up eating the whole thing, and I hurt. My stomach hurts so bad. My wife always tells me, I get there and I'm like, I'm gonna order this, and I'm gonna cut it in half, take half home, eat half here. I stuff it. I just start eating so fast because it's so good. But yesterday, the last couple times, we've been there twice the last month and a half. And the last time I went, I said, hey, I'm gonna try something different. So I went down the list, and she explained different things to me because I don't speak Spanish. And she was explaining all the different things to me, what the flavors were and blah, blah, blah. I chose something, it was delicious. Not my favorite, but it was different. There was 2 out of the 3 items that I liked. One was okay, but I tried. So yesterday, there's one of the younger girls there, one of the kids, and we know them they know us now pretty well. After 5 years, they should. But I went in, and the girl's there, and I said, hey, you guys know I buy the same stupid thing every time. Hey, Creativity. Hey, Anna. Hey, Grandma Teresa. I said, you guys know I always get that burrito that could choke a donkey. Just could. I want something different. So she said, okay, what do you want? I said, no. I said, if you know what you guys cook here, what do you have as your regular dish that if you were here eating, what do you get here? She took the menu from my hand and she turns it around. She goes, I would get this, this, this. I would get vegetables instead of that. That's what I get for my lunch typically every day. Oh, hey, Anna. Well, anyways, there you go. Kapuk, I think. I don't know how to say it, but there you go. Welcome, by the way. And I'll tell you what, she made the right choice. And I was like, dang, this is good. It was so good, and I couldn't, they give you so much. And if anybody's noticed lately, if you go to a fast food restaurant, I don't care which one it is. They try to, now it's the $8 deal. It's like, well, it used to be a $5 deal. Now it's $8. The food has gotten lower quality. They've upped the price. I don't mind them upping a price. I don't, I understand the economy. I understand prices, we continue going up as time goes on. Prices change, whatever. I get that. And I don't mind paying for good food, but don't up the price and then use a lower quality food. I'm not coming back. And that's where I'm at with some of these fast food restaurants. You know who they are. Their burgers are not the same anymore. They're smaller. They don't look like the picture at all. Their fries are half the time they're put under the heat lamp for 2 hours. And every time we go there lately, it's like, this is disgusting. So we just said, you know what, we're done. But this place, the mom and pop shop, this Mexican place, we spent, it was $30. Now yes, that's a lot of money. But we went to McDonald's the other day. We paid $22. It was not good. We ate it because we paid for it. But we both were like, this is not even close to what it was even 5 years ago. It's disgusting. But when we go to this Mexican restaurant in town, this mom and pop shop, they haven't changed the quality. They haven't changed the quantity. It's delicious. But you know what? They're packed all the time because they still give you good quality food at a good price, and they're nice people, and they're community driven. They've been in the community for so many years. Everybody knows them personally. People support that. And I guess my segue to that was, I'm hoping that this is what this community is going to be, where we all can trust each other, work with each other, and get to know each other over the years, and we become these evergreen, not just evergreen growth on your YouTube, but evergreen subscribers to each other, where we're in it for the long haul. You know, you're going to be here in 2 years. I'm going to be at your channel for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, and helping. There is Hardknack Farms. Good morning, Wendy. Wendy says she's not buying bioengineered foods. I do not blame you. Like I said, I think I mentioned this the other day on Natty Homemaker. I mentioned the other day. See you later, Karen. One of the first ones I said had bioengineered food in it on a can. And I couldn't believe it. I've never seen it yet. And I didn't know it till I got home. I'm getting ready to cook. And as I'm getting ready to pour it in the pot to cook it, I'm looking at it, it says made with bioengineered product. I'm like, that is the first time I've seen that. Check out Wendy from Hardknack Farms. She's doing a bunch of stuff. Did you not? Yeah. Yeah, Wendy's rebuilding her greenhouse. She had some damage to that with the storms. Hearth and home, yeah, I agree. I mean, home cooking's so much better. Yeah, you're right, Wendy. Yeah. But you know, it's the same people, it's the same companies. You know, you go to the fast food restaurant. I'll give an example. You know, you go back 10 years. Big Mac was a decent meal. It was good, tasted good, big, 2 patties, 3 buns, and 1 in the middle. And I researched it one day, and they had a picture of from 10 years ago till now, how much it has shrunk. And it's not even funny. And the thing is, they charge more for it. And that's what's frustrating to me is, yes, thank you, Anna. Thank you, Anna, for letting them know that yeah, you can go click on people. So continue to connect. I love this fact that people can come here and connect and help each other's channels, because I'm hoping by the end of 2026 that we see 30, 40 people monetized on this channel. Not my channel, on our channels, this community, not my channel. I'm hoping to be able to keep doing updates where we get 3 or 4 or 5 a month that are monetized. That'd be so cool. And then you get to December and we can say, hey, 45 people got monetized this year. And that's really, you think about it, if you look at the percentages overall, if you go research, you'll be shocked how many people get monetized on YouTube. And then come back, how many people are in our community that got monetized? Our percentage is going to be higher because of the community and because of the evergreen growth. You'll get there. Tumbleweeds, you will get there. You just got to keep working at it. You just have to keep working at it. JC's back. What do they say? Back by popular demand. I used to have a shirt, back by popular demand. Oh, Anna, you didn't interrupt me. No, I don't care if people interrupt me. Tumbleweeds. Yeah, I know. I followed you. I knew you just started. So check out Tumbleweeds, people. I'll do a shout out here at some point. If you want to have a shout out, if you want me to do watch hours or try to get subscriptions for you, Tumbleweeds, if you want to come on my channel sometime, I can do an interview with you. Just message me in a comment below after this is done and it goes public. Just put a main comment down there and say, hey, can I come on can I do a collaboration? I'll have you on sometime soon, and we'll see if we can get some people to notice your channel. I should have my shirts this week. I got contacted. So once I have my shirts, brace yourself. Once I have my shirts and my hats, I just got 2 and 2. This is just a trial to see if I like the vinyl. Do I want to go to sublimation? Do I want to go to the stitching, whatever that's called? I always forget what that stitching's called. The stitching, like here in my professional grandpa shirt, whatever that's called. I always forget. They offered me 3 options. So we're starting with vinyl. We might do sublimation depending on the colors. I said there was the colors of mine, because you see my embroidery. She has to tell me every time. Merle has to tell me that every time. But the colors in this, to sublimate, can be difficult, I guess. So, where they actually force the colors into the shirt, basically. And so your shirt choices, your colors are much less. Where if you get vinyl or embroidery, then you can choose any color, basically. Because sublimation is basically like tie-dyeing, I guess. So if you try to tie-dye a black shirt, it's not going to work. You're not going to see the tie-dye. Same thing with sublimation. It's going to inject the colors into the shirt. If it's a purple or a brown or a black shirt, you're not going to see it. So these colors would not show up on a black shirt if it was sublimated. That's what they told me. I am not a shirt printing expert. I'm just going by what they said. But once I get those, my wife's gonna hopefully come on. She still doesn't know her hat is purple yet, because purple's her color. And you'll see the purple blanket behind me. I put that over that window. And I did that because when I'm doing filming for my food videos, you can always see the light over here from this window, and it gets annoying when I'm trying to cook. And I can't get it out of the frame. So I put that purple thing there since it's purple. The other side of the wall's purple. And it you don't see the light from my dining room windows. So just makes it for easier filming. So I just left it tacked up there. But anyways, purple earrings. Boy, I'll tell you what, JC, purple glow-in-the-dark earrings would be really cool. That would be really cool. Check out JC Calamity Jane. She's in that, she does that, I forget what the material is, but you roll it out and then it hardens. She makes earrings. She did some that was really cool. They were glow-in-the-dark. I don't know how they did it. She explains it. And through that, there was another lady on her channel, and they do this epoxy resin stuff. Polymer clay, thank you. And now I didn't realize polymer clay and resin and epoxy stuff is such a huge thing on YouTube. I've went and followed like 4 or 5 different channels now that do the resin, the polymers, and they're all interconnected like we are with homesteading or chickens or whatever. And I keep telling them, I said, when I see them on somebody's page or they contact me, I'm like, I didn't realize this hobby was such a huge hobby. And yeah, living my best life is my wife's favorite color. Purple blankets, purple bedspread, purple pillowcases. She's got purple shirts, purple pants, purple pickup truck, purple coffee mugs, purple cups, drinking cups. We have purple spoons, purple spatulas. I'm surprised she hasn't found a way for me to inject something into my skin to make me purple. She's probably working on it. To bug her off. Yeah, that's right. Purple represents wisdom. Okay, well, she was always smarter than me anyways. Like I always said, I'm dumber than a second coat of paint. Tumbleweeds, yeah, she always liked purple. She always has for as long as I can remember. She loves purple, so. And that's why we have the purple kitchen. And I always say this is our welcome to our purple kitchen when I'm cooking something, because I like to draw attention to that's right, purple husband. I got the purple walls because when we first bought this place, it was trashed. I mean, I had to rebuild, I had to redo all the walls. I had to do the mud work, all the spackling, the sanding, the painting, the scraping of the ceiling, putting walls in, hanging new doors, doing all sorts of stuff, plumbing, countertops, cabinets. I did all that work myself. And we were getting ready to paint the kitchen. And she goes, what do you think about purple? I've told people this story before. Shannon, there are purple pumpkins. I found them. I'm going to be growing them. I'm going to try anyways. And she said, what do you think about purple for the kitchen? I said, I don't care about any color in the house. I don't care if we painted it plaid. I just want it manageable. I want it clean, and I want it functional. I don't care if I have a white car, black car, orange car, plaid car. I don't care. Does it start? Does it get me point A to point B, get me good gas mileage, and is it safe? If I walk in my house, I don't care if it was orange. As long as it's clean, functional, I'm happy with it. I have no problem. So we did the purple, we did the two-tone gray with the chair rail in the living room, and then just pretty much a basic eggshell white the rest of the house. I'm going to be doing some siding in hopefully the fall of next year. And then I'm putting a door over here on this side of the living room. So we'll have this, the living room, dining room will be a big breezeway. I'll put a door over there and a deck in the back. And then when I go around the house inside, that's when I'll start changing colors. By the fireplace, I'm going to do an accent wall using some old weathered pallet wood. That'll be a wall, a separate wall to catch your eye when you walk in the room. So, and then we're pricing out new windows now, trying to figure out what I want to do for windows, because I got to install windows. And I'll do all that myself, and I'll do videos. My son will help me. But yeah, I'll start doing one. It's a perfectly rectangular house. I'm going to add some windows, remove some windows, put some egress windows in for safety, etc., etc. It is CL. It's very, clay and resin is very big in local markets. Yeah, we go to the local, flea markets and stuff all the time, and we do make sure we try to buy stuff because I'd rather buy stuff like that from somebody that made it, and then yeah, it has more meaning anyways. Shannon, she could purple your eyes when you get attitude. That's right. We used to call that. No, this is just a joke. I won't even say it. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. I don't want to get in trouble with the YT platform. It was just always something, and it is funny, but I'm just not going to say it. But I going to be leaving here in a little while because I'm taking care of my son and daughter-in-law are out of town for a day or two, and I'm taking care of their dogs at their house. So I got to drive over. I go over 3 or 4 times a day, let them out, play with them, pet them, give them a treat, And one has just been to the vet. They just lost one of their dogs overnight last week that passed away. So it was when it was 5 or 10 degrees here, and we had to dig a hole. So really great dog. She died overnight. She just passed away overnight. So we had to bury her. And then their other dog that was with her their whole life pretty much, he's been kind of down. And he has had hip problems. And we thought we were going to put him down. But it ended up being he's got a couple bad, they took an x-ray and it's some vertebrae in the back. So they just put him on a muscle, not a muscle relaxant, put him on a anti-inflammatory. 2 days later, he's like a 2-year-old dog again. I should do that, get purple contacts. So to give him the medication, we've been putting, oh, no problem, tumbleweeds. You'll grow, stay in this community, be faithful, go to these people, go to everybody's lives here. They all have lives. Go to their lives, support them. You'll pick up more and more. They'll get to know you more, and you'll grow. Your channel will grow. So they have the medication. You got to give it to them in hot dogs. So then they have the other dog there too. So I don't want to give the one a hot dog with his medicine, and then the other one's looking at me like, why did he get a hot dog and I didn't? So grandpa mode kicks in. So I got some extra packages of hot dogs so I can put him medication in his hot dogs, give it to him, and then put some in the other dog's dish so that dog can have hot dogs with no medication. Yeah, I see that heart. Yeah, Wendy. Yep. A Firebird. Wow, dark purple. Nice. They totaled it. That's terrible. Ray, welcome, Ray. Let me do this real quick. I'll add you as a moderator, so next time you can come in, you'll be a moderator already. I know Ray, I've been watching his stuff. Ray and Sandy's woodworking. That's okay, Ray, no problem. But yeah, so it was funny. Yesterday, Sunday, I was going over, and I feel really bad for the one dog because their other dog did pass away. We buried her a couple days ago. So you can tell he's sad. You can just tell because they know. So yesterday, I cooked us some eggs for breakfast, and I was getting ready to go over there to let them out and play with them. And so I cooked us up some eggs and bacon here. And then I have a bunch of extra eggs, so I cooked up 4 or 5 more eggs, scrambled them up, put some other stuff with it. And so yesterday, a couple times yesterday, the other dogs, my son's dogs, had eggs and bacon. So now I let them out, they do their business. I play with them a little bit. When they come back in, what do? They just 100 miles an hour to their dish because they know there's going to be something in it. So I warned my son, just so you know, your dogs are going to expect hot dogs and scrambled eggs during the day. So I can't help it. I'm a dog person. We're dog people, so I like dogs. And I feel bad because he's lonely, and you know, if you can bring a little happiness to him for a few minutes. Booby Goats is here. Check out Booby Goats, or AKA, she's also known as Butter Woman. Yeah, you have to go watch her shorts to see what I mean about Butter Woman. But anyways, it is about that time. I have to go get in my car. I got to go drive 3 miles across town to go let the dogs out, give them some little bit of love, a little bit of time, give them some hot dogs, spoil them a little bit. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I'm going to do my garden live tomorrow at 11 a.m. because I have my grandson for the next 3 days, starting tomorrow. So I'll do my live in the morning instead of the afternoon because I'll pick him up in the afternoon at some point, and I got to take him to therapy. So I was going to do my live in the morning and go over some seed stuff for the 2026 for both my subscriber garden and my main garden. And then hopefully by the end of this month, I'll be planting potatoes. I got to pick up my asparagus crowns. I can get those now, get them ordered, get them in the ground at the end of March. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you for supporting my channel and for supporting each other. It looks like more people showed up. People got some more connections, which is one of the goals of this channel, is for people to continue to grow your channel. And I appreciate people coming here to do that. I really do. Thanks again, everybody. It's Monday. Let's get Monday behind us. Tomorrow's Tuesday, and then it's a downhill slope to the rest of the week, or to the weekend. So take care. See you later. I got to go take care of some dogs.